So our special guest today is Foxela JAXX T, man, all the way from San Francisco. And all the way from Ang-Mo-Kio, man.
Ang-Mo-Kio, bro.
Representing in the 35 Telok Blangah Rise. Let's go, man.
Alright, 16005. What?
Yeah.
Don't ever you bitch.
Yeah, so we're trying to make like today's conversation a little bit more casual because I think the previous one with Andrew T is quite good, and Andrew T like help us a lot. He's quite funny, you know. So we don't really need to like say much. But today I guess we're trying to get to know a little bit more about our local heroes, man, which is Foxela and JAXX T, how they made it in their own rights, and how you know what Jasper is doing overseas in SFO. So maybe we can start with Jasper first. You know, so you started in Singapore as a DJ, as a fan of music and all this, but then how did you transition to like US?
Yeah, so I went to school 2016 in US. The only college that accepted me was University of San Francisco. Parents were mentally prepared that, you know, Jasper, you're not going to go college. So I was going to get in, and then ever since then, just like immersing myself in like the house music scene, like the Dirty Bird, Camp Out, like Dirty Bird music, house music, and then all the heavy hitting like bass forward house music. It's something that I was like, oh wow, this is sick. This is something that's new. This is something that's really interesting that I want to continue pursuing. And then during college, I was able to, you know, pick up DJ gigs here and there. And then I was like, do I really want to pledge to a fraternity? I was like, no, I already spent 2 years pledging myself to the military. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing my own events. Was able to network with a couple venues, and then yeah, started doing my own shows here and there. But that's even before like running 30 Not Sorry, which is a music collective that I'm currently running. But more so just picking up gigs here and there. And then that's when I met Niall, which is my co-partner at 30 Not Sorry. So it's a journey. It took me like 2-3 years to figure out what I want to do, and then
I think the biggest takeaway I have from this statement is that you don't go back to service.
yes,
Yeah,
service.
Oh man, fuck me, man.
I actually don't
go
go
to
service.
service.
I still don't have. For other reasons.
You got army.
So long time.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, she haven't go yet?
So young.
No, I haven't. Dude, fuck, I didn't know that.
He's like 21. I thought 21 is like what?
No.
Deferred.
21? No, I mean, yeah, sort of defer, but you defer after school only, what? Like during school. You still studying, man? No? It's actually 21 this year.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Oh, you stupid.
Wait, just like talking about, like, you know, you do house music, right? Like, last time we played track all, you know, at that time.
Yeah.
So what was the switch? Like, why you changed?
I also played track last time.
Yeah, I mean, all of us, actually, all of us, right? All of us were track.
Yeah. I've picked up like hardstyle and like trap here in Singapore. I was like, oh, I really love the hard music.
Yeah.
Like even before going to house music, I was like, oh, I'm a bass head. I'll go to bass shows. I felt like at a point in time, I was like a little bit tired of like the harder music. I'll play it once in a while, especially with edits with hip hop music. But then I feel like, oh, house music is like, it's groovy, it's nice. I can play it during the day and night. No.
Oh, night and day.
Night and day.
Shout out night day.
Shout out night and day. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's just like, it's more calm, it's more chill.
Do you feel it's like age thing? Like, we all get
I was about to say it.
Yeah. Like we all get older, let's start listening to house music. No.
Yeah.
I'm not married yet.
I mean, yeah, you are exceptions, bro. Like, I think you are 20.
Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah. What? No, you're 21, right? But then I think your brain is like 30. Yeah, maybe. But for me, no, I'm 18.
He's still working. He's still working. He's still drinking Martel.
Hey, excuse me, like, what's the problem with Martel? Martel's great.
Yeah. Very fierce at Martel.
Speaking of Martel, yesterday we drank like, so there were 8 people at the table. We finished 6 bottles of Martel, bro.
That's crazy.
Hey, no, this is
like drinking Listerine, man.
It's not Listerine! You drink Listerine, doesn't taste like Martel.
Man.
Okay.
You have drank Listerine.
I mean,
You gotta go.
I gargle lah, you know. I didn't swallow it, you know. Like, why would you swallow this?
Hey,
Actually,
no,
wait.
solo, man.
Yeah, solo Listerine
Speed,
before.
bro. Hey.
Yeah, solo Listerine. I think a bit.
Hey, that one, dirty, not sorry, bro.
Bro. No, but see, the thing about Martel, right, is that it's beautiful. Okay? Like, I know that Martel has this ah-beng sort of stigma, right?
Yeah.
Maybe inside of me, I'm ah-beng.
Yeah.
Maybe. But Martel is great. right? I love Mattel. Okay.
Hey, sponsor us, Mattel.
Sponsor me,
Yeah,
Mattel.
sponsor us. Yeah.
Mattel, alright?
Yo,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, dude, but fuck, it's like fucking humble still, yeah. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Dude.
Maybe we can move on to Foxela, man. Talk about your
Yeah.
releases, some new music that you are like doing. I mean, I love Oasis, Fallen, you know, and the one the one that you did with Propaganders. Oh man, shit, I forget.
Feels like well.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So all great bangers, and then just now you like even showed me a track, and it's like, hey, sounds like Cream, man. Then I'm like, yeah, hey, isn't this a Cream remix? No, man, it's a Foxela remix. I'm like, I just got punked, man. What the fuck? He just baited me. Yeah, so talk more about your creative process. Like, how do you start the songs and like original, you know? You don't even like begin producing remixes, so like, you should really do original, right?
Yeah, I think honestly, like nowadays, I've to admit that my creative drive has been dropping a bit, because like, you know, sometimes you get uninspired and stuff. So right now, I feel like a good way to start making music is just to like browse through Splice. So like, not just like the one shots, like the loops and stuff. So like, imagine like you just scroll down Splice and you're like, oh shit, this loop is really nice. And then you can like, what I do is I put that loop into my Logic. I'll make a song around the loop, and then if I don't want to use that loop wholesale, I can just take it out and replace it with something else. And then
do you make the drop first, or do you make like the verses first? How do you
drop first? Because I feel like for me, I have to know what I'm trying to
the end goal
need to and get out of. So I do the drop first.
Like what you say, right? From Splice, you really can get a lot of like high quality vocals, right? So you really less one big trouble in finding a good singer, liaising, recording, make sure the quality is good. It's really uploaded on Splice, you know, and it's very competitive, so everybody has to be very good in order to stand out, to get upvoted, and then more downloads. And then you use the vocals, and then just now he was saying that it presents a problem, right? When you use vocals from Splice, everybody will have the same vocals, and you hear multiple versions of your original, right? Like, come on, man, how many versions of All I Need? How many versions already? You know,
Too many,
yeah. We don't give a damn anymore. Okay, as long as it sound nice, you know, end of story.
That's true.
So, like from your end, right? Do you start producing also, like, or now you're more of the event organizer kind of mindset?
Yeah. Started off DJing mostly, and then dabbling into event promotion. Starting even before like Dirty Not Sorry, modular events. Together with Joel Mo. Started here in Singapore. We did Plur Vibration. Always loved doing event promotions. Just like mixing both events and DJing. Started producing a little bit, but I feel like my main focus is just enabling the next generation of DJs, like people like Foxela, for example. I wanna use the experience I've learned, just bring it to the next group of people who are passionate and creating a journey for themselves.
Especially when we don't have a major label backing, right? So everything has to be DIY. So it really has to be built upon many years of decades of experiences. I mean, that's what the label is providing you as a service, right? You know, they take 80% cut of your album because they have all this expertise that you yourself, one person, cannot do. Yeah. So yeah, man, we learn from a lot of different artists and from their past experiences.
Then how do you start? Like, you know, when you first get into producing, right? How do you get past the whole learning curve thing?
Oh, so I think for me it was a little different. Like, I know that all of my friends, they're like, oh, you know, YouTube tutorials. My friend is like some great producer and he's like willing to teach me and stuff like that. I didn't have any of that. So when I was younger, I started with some stupid game on like Wyatt.com.
Wyatt?
Yeah, I don't know, actually. I was like, ooh, drums, synth, put it together, and then you screen record and burn it to a CD. I was like, but that's not my own music. So then one day my sister's like, oh, I have GarageBand, you can try to use it. So then I used it. And then, you know, because I started with GarageBand, like, who would make like a YouTube tutorial on GarageBand anyway, right? So there was nothing, and then I had to like just play around, mess around, fail, succeed, fail and fail more, and then that took me like years. So my music only started to sound good maybe like, what, 3 years ago?
3 years ago, at 18, right?
Maybe, like, my very first song on Spotify was in 2017, and that didn't sound very nice either. But then, it's just years and years of learning and figuring things out yourself. So that's how I did it. So that's why my process was very long. But now, at this current time, you have a lot of tutorials on YouTube. So the barrier of entry is very easy.
Yeah, I think unlike most producers, right? Like you see, for example, Josh, myself, and Jasper, right? We are all DJs. And we started to learn producing. So of course we are not instrumentalists, pianists, or violinists or something like that.
Yeah.
You started out as a producer, right? Most people that started out producing for the sake of producing because they love producing, they are mostly violinists, pianists, all this kind of thing. Do you play any instruments?
No.
Yeah, precisely. So you are also another outlier, Yeah, and then somehow you manage to make it work, and then it's fantastic.
Yeah. So when you say right, your song doesn't sound good, right? And things like that. A lot of people when they do something then they don't like it, then they stop. What made you continue? You know what I mean?
I think last time it was more it was quite shallow, I would say. I want to play in Tomorrowland one day, so I gotta make good music to be famous. So I think honestly that was my drive last time. So I guess it worked. Yeah.
I think all of us also got think of Tomorrowland, I don't think it's shallow, right? Everybody see, we are all play Tomorrowland.
It's more of I want to grow up and be famous and have a lot of money kind of thing.
But back then mine wasn't Tomorrowland. I think I really come from an age where it was DMC World Championships. It was having the crown of world champion of DJs. That's why I head into turntablism, instead of production. But then now production is taking over everything, including turntablism battle. You produce your own routine so that you can beat juggle them. So the song doesn't even sound like a song anymore. It only sounds like a song when you beat juggle them. Yeah, so everything that starts revolving around production. And then now I want to talk a little bit about ChatGPT. I don't know if you all know about that. So very soon, AI is gonna start producing our music also already. So what will happen to producers? As you can see with the latest app, I forget what the app is really. But basically now you can just upload 20 photos of your own face and then they come up with Lensa, right? And then they are also facing copyright suites.
Take the Brown Panther.
Yeah. So what do you all think, man, about the age of music production? What's gonna happen? What do you think? What's your perspective on this, man?
Not as a standpoint in music production, but I feel I don't think AI will take over your role. I outside of during music, I work in sales. I see AI as a tool that can help benefit. Takes off the creative block that I have, generating, especially talking about marketing standpoint. Hey, can you list me 10 ideas of topics that I can talk about in a podcast, right? So you can use that 10 topics and come brainstorm topics that you want to put in as marketing content. So I don't think AI will replace the role that I'm doing as a marketer, as a salesperson, but it will help benefit me if I use it together. That's my thought on it.
What do you think?
I feel when AI, when they do things it feels very robotic, which is what it is, right? It doesn't have that human feel, that human touch to it. So it can be objectively good, but it won't be good, you know what I mean? So when someone makes a song, when someone makes a piece of artwork, you can feel there's care and thought given into it, rather than someone just writing a prompt. There's you can tell that there is a difference. With stuff like Starry AI and all those AI art generation things. I've tried those. You can put in a prompt. Yes, the art is nice, but it's not real art. Art that is made by a human. Right?
I guess art is a culmination of all our experiences. And that's the way we express ourselves through our pen or through our DAW or whatever. But then the thing is, I don't know if you all know about this test called the Tulsa test or something like that. Basically, it's 4 metrics. If an AI can trick you to think that it's real based on touch, feel, sensors or whatever it is indistinguishable from a real human being.
Turing test.
A Turing test or something.
Turing test.
Yeah. So I think one day it will get close to that level and then all of us probably in raw idea generation that might not be our role anymore. We will probably become selectors. Yeah, it's like now like why DJ suddenly become important. Last time it was band, right? You are playing the instrument, and then now it's like you're selecting the tunes. So maybe more than ever, selection curation. Yeah.
I mean, right now, even without AI, like like with production and stuff, you're splice, you are selecting samples.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Not really like
it's more like
sound-
curation rather than just like creating everything yourself 100%.
Yeah, precisely. I saw this like Instagram from Diplo. He was like, a lot of people ask me why I don't do sound design. Then other than he Photoshop two pictures. One picture is like I do the fried rice, but why I need to grow my own rice? I fried the rice in here. Yeah. So yeah, that's something to think about.
I think no lah, because like even though like you select things also, right? Like I still feel there always will be the element of creation to be. Anyway, it's like an artist, right? Like what you say, right? The LENERD app, right? Like they just basically have this algorithm where they can create stuff, but they also take from certain things. But the thing about painting, right, like in real life, like even if you paint, like the brush strokes, right, are always very, very distinct. If you really understand how painting works, I think music is the same. Like, like certain stuff like people make, right, like producers make, sometimes they have some note off key. I don't think a robot can do that actually, because it's all based on feel.
Yeah, very good example is like a G6. Right?
Yeah.
Cashmere produced an off-key track, and then somehow it worked. You know,
that's the
it's
thing.
huge. Like Guns N' Roses also, Sweet Child of Mine, it's also off-key and it works. Yeah. Shit, I was thinking about something. Shit, it slipped my mind. Yeah.
Thinking about your reservist.
Oh man, fuck. I'm so fucking depressed about that shit.
No service for me.
I'll have reservists for 2 years, guys.
Oh
How many
yeah.
salary?
Yeah.
How many salary?
Yeah, that's the.
I mean, if you're like PES B, then PES C, then you need to worry about it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, you'll get that soon.
Very soon.
Go prepare some push-up first. Get ready.
Enjoy your hair because it's gonna go away real soon.
Do you know about the thing where you said like you use like Chat GPT to like generate ideas and stuff? Did you see the thing about BuzzFeed?
About BuzzFeed?
Yeah.
What about
so
it?
BuzzFeed is using like AI to like generate content for like their quizzes and stuff. And then apparently like Meta's giving them a shit ton of money. And then the share price went up 2 times.
That's insane.
Damn.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than 2 times actually, like 3 times. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
There are like ChatGPT. I feel like there a lot of companies out there that are using ChatGPT as their base, as their foundation in creating specific niches like marketing AI, sales AI, very niche kind of way of producing content and generating ideas for like sales, marketing side of things. There are a lot of apps out there you can figure out, especially for like Revelry, for example. There are softwares out there that uses ChatGPT to help enable you, especially with creative blocks. So it's a good tool. I wouldn't say it will replace what you do, but it's good to have it alongside. Especially if you're gonna grow a business. And it's a big topic of discussion. Everybody's talking about it.
I mean, right now, like most people are already having problems with like using Google Pixel, Facebook Pixel. Don't even need to talk about ChatGPT. I think it's like even a more unknown topic, and by the time people figure it out, probably the AI take over already. So I guess we all need to start to be on the ball because technology really grows at an exponential rate. It's so scary. Like when you actually think about it, like I had a talk with Crave one day after our work, right, our day job. I was like super depressed when I come back home. Like, what the fuck am I doing all these years? Everything's gonna be replaced, like with self-driving cars and shit. And then now probably they're gonna build a robot with DJ also. Because like everything I do doesn't matter at all already.
The robot have like tits and ass also.
My kind of genre, but yeah, whatever floats the boat.
Yeah, imagine female model robot DJ.
Game over, man.
Game
all,
over.
all in one package, man. I'll be the manager. I need to learn how to become manager. Yeah, I mean like right now you also have all the AI K-pop duo, right? The latest one, the AI K-pop.
The AI influencer, like
Oh yeah.
AI influencer came to tour de France and support us.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, and taking Insta story of us is so scary. And I who is this person? How is this person so famous? And it's in the crowd, but nobody recognizes this person. And it's like representing an avatar. Yeah, super insane. Outstanding experience. But yeah, that's the world that we live in right now. Okay, so other than DJing, right, other than music, other than hosting festivals, right, what is like the secondary thing that you're doing? You're doing like something at Workato also, right? Yeah, which is your day job lah.
Yeah. So a lot of cold calling, emails. I work as a sales development rep. Just making cold calls during the day. I would say outside of work, I love cooking. You know, I love cooking Chinese food. I feel like that's very therapeutical, especially after a long day of like work and DJing. It's just like
Right now, there's so many like those kind of cooking TikToks keep spamming us, you know. Then end up, you know, because of pandemic, really got nothing else to do. Now we start cooking. Yeah, duty. And then
another idea that I had was I want to be like a food blogger. Thinking of getting like a setup for myself. Probably gonna get a car soon, and then once that is done, I'm gonna just go around, you know, San Francisco, Bay Area, and just like test all the food, get a mic, do some ASMR, like slurping noodles. Delicious. The aroma, the spiciness, the sourness, the long that so sure.
I mean, DJ Bling, Goldfish and Bling is also doing the Bling Eats, right? Now he has his own food channel and all this kind of thing. I guess like, you know, now music is not really the main focus. It's about people like you for your personality, then they care about your music or your product or whatever, you know. It really is what about you? What's the alternative thing that you might be doing?
I feel like maybe like 80% of my life is music. So like, I mean, aside from that, I like cooking as well. Let's go!
Go back to cooking, bro.
Back to cooking.
So JAXX T and Foxela cooks.
Yes. On revelry on air.
She got best,
Revelry on air, episode 20, right? Live, bro. We DJing and
Live and cooking.
Yeah.
That's what my co-partner Niall and his girlfriend did. So DJ Niles, he DJ, and then Melanie, she will just like cook in the background. So there's like two screens going on. One screen is when like you DJing, and then the other screen is just her cooking food.
She has a healthy food Instagram, right? Yeah.
Avo Mello, feel free to follow her on Instagram. Shout out.
Right.
Sorry, Mellocado. That's her Instagram.
I had a video right where I attempted to DJ while cook at the same time.
Yeah, I saw.
And then I just did some simple cooking lah. But then it was so difficult. you had to like, and I was like doing some tropical stuff, so I was DJing reggaeton. So one chorus, like I literally had to like open the sauce, then I mix one song, then I pour the sauce, then I mix one song. Yeah.
Literally knocks both ways.
Just play a techno song lah, 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
do your prep, you know, and then another 10 minutes techno song. That's it.
I mean, you know about Nick Fanchuri, Nick Fanchuri. Is it
Yeah,
Nick Fanchuri? Oh no, Danny Tenaglia. Danny Tenaglia, right, is a techno DJ that's famous for his like 10-hour sets, 8-hour sets, and Zouk love to book Danny Tenaglia. So when it was Zouk at Jakim, right, they will book him. He will start from warm-up set all the way to 9 a.m. And then by 7 a.m, right, Zouk just ask everybody go back and then go bathe, then come back. They serve buffet. Then Danny Tenaglia play one song, then he go eat buffet with the fans. Then go back and mix one song. Yeah.
Wow, I went that time the Jakim one once and then Canada. It was madness. I don't understand how you play so long, you know. How do people do it?
I have no idea.
Like 8 hours.
Red Bull.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like long transitions, right, where like you have like a group of 1,000 people, right, listening to kick drums for like 8 minutes. Then when suddenly they introduce a hi-hat, everybody, wow! How the fuck does that work? Yeah.
Nowadays it's no longer how hard the kick hits. It's about what kind of hi-hat is it? What kind of snare? Oh, this snare right here. Very good. Delicious. Super brutal, my man.
JAXX Eats. Well, actually, it's not a bad idea. We should do it.
Yeah. Good idea.
JAXX Eats collab with Jackass.
Oh.
Then, can you imagine cooking away then looking like a wee man on the trolley? Begging everybody.
Any plans to visit the US?
Yeah, of course. I have to go to the US, man.
Yeah.
I have to, like, once in my life, I have to go.
Have you been to US?
I was in LA.
You was in LA for how long again?
Like
A month. Come. All of you are invited. We'd love to get you guys a gig in San Francisco.
Yeah, and it's fitting because I want to go to San Fran also. Yeah.
I think San Fran got a very strong like Asian support community. Yeah, I think San Fran has like a bigger MERN following than in Singapore. Oh my god, I'm so disappointed in Singapore. Like when I saw the reception MERN get right when he's doing that SFO show, I was so blown away. And then now he's like playing Red Rocks with Devin and all this. Huge, man.
Yeah, it was a sold show. Devin at a 7,000 capacity venue. Saw in just a couple days.
Wow. Talking about sold out shows, right? You know, I heard my sister went to the Chainsmoker in Access Las Vegas. It only cost $40 there, Chainsmokers.
$40?
Yeah, and today we're gonna go Diplo in Singapore and it's $100. Oh my god. You know, so it's like when you try to import acts from the West, right? And then there's all these like different costs, additional costs. Yeah, and it really do adds up, and then the party goers have to pay. And then, you know, I'm inside this group chat, right? And I see people saying that, oh, $100, I'm not gonna go anymore. Like, I love Diplo, but then the clubs are like charging too high. And then I think also during this pandemic, like 2 years, everybody's just staying at home, too used to staying at home again. They lost the ability to club. I think it's like less prevalent in US, right? Because like US like, and then like maybe like quarantine happens for you for like 6 months only, then you're like don't give a fuck really.
Yeah, it's a totally different mindset. People was like,
hey, freedom over everything,
freedom
man.
over everything. I'm gonna wear masks, and then just after like a year, I remember like pandemic was like a year. There's no clubs going on. And then during our we were just doing live streams. And we're still doing it. We just hit our 100-something episodes.
Nice.
More than 100 episodes.
Yeah, crazy.
Still doing it every Wednesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's like 11 a.m. in Singapore.
Pacific time.
If you wanna clock in your morning workout or listening to some house music, check us out. Shameless plug. But
That's what this show is for, man.
Yeah.
Everything, whatever you're doing, the latest. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the first year we were just doing live streams and stuff, and then when things opened up, we did start picking up live shows, but then a lot of people are still like kind of hesitant to go out. But then like in early mid of like 2021, we start seeing people coming out again. They're feeling very comfortable with clubbing, going out, not wearing masks, you know, outdoor dining is a thing, and then people are bringing back clubs again in like 2022. Like last year, They're Not Sorry, we did like 50 shows in total. That's almost like once a week.
Yeah.
And everybody just want to have fun and have a good time. And I'm glad Singapore is the same too. You know, I remember like 2021 when I first came back, I had to quarantine for like 21 days. Okay, not bad. Fraser Hotel, you know, 5-star, eat some good food, parents send me food and stuff. But I'm just happy that everything's open up.
Yeah. Back then when quarantine and then you need social distance, right? I think US really came up with this like park and rave, you know. Social distancing, but I'm in my car, I'm partying, you know. Yeah, really, they really want to do something, they do it, and then the government won't really like clamp down. Unlike in Singapore, it's more red tape, more sensitive.
Yeah, I feel like just to a point where you're saying that people are not exposed to the club culture the past 2 years. I feel like something that could be we could try out as an event promoter is like doing like day parties. There are a lot of day parties going on in San Francisco as well, starting from like 3 p.m. all the way to like 9 p.m. People like that a lot because you're not tired, especially during the time of the pandemic. People tend to leave a little bit earlier. So we had to move our headliner slot 1 hour earlier because people will leave like before like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. So day parties are a thing, people love it, and you know, it's fun. You get to see people's faces, you know, for once.
Yeah, I think Singapore, that should be the next level. And especially we have a lot of friends, right, from all the fitness classes, fitness influencers. Now fitness influencers are getting more and more rampant, you know. Last time everybody want to be a DJ, now everybody want to be a spin cycle instructor. So essentially now everybody want to have that fit sport image, you know, and then you ask them to at night go and drink and be like, oh, you know, they don't want to be associated with that image. But then if it's a day party, it's not so seen as so taboo. It's still more like social gathering, high class kind of vibe, you know. So yeah, we should look more into it, you know, and of course then we can also play more of our chill stuff. We don't need to just stick to, you know, hey, Singapore only play hardstyle, bang, 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 bang. Yeah, then it makes us feel like not very international in a sense. Yeah, okay. Then talking about like after pandemic, then what was the okay, like for example in Singapore, right, we started off not being able to live perform. So we did like a pre-recorded mix.
I remember.
And then it was like a 4 hours pre-recorded that we had to like stitch up in Ableton, and then we go around table to table and then we play games. They're not even supposed to leave their table because of social distancing. That was how strict it was in Singapore. So in US, how did y'all actually like start back the thing? You know, that's how we started it.
Yeah. That's a good point. During the pandemic, we did a lot of renegades. That's what we call it. It's like those parties. Like my co-partner Niall, he bought like a generator, and then he had like CDJs, all the setups and everything, speakers and everything. We just go to the beach. You know, we don't need like a license or anything. It's not as strict as Singapore. It's like police don't really care. I'm gonna say it, police don't really care. You can go to the beach, set up the generator, and then we just play a set there.
Then got a small tentage, right?
Yeah, small little tent.
The Dillon
And then people can like do barbecue, bring their own food, potluck style. You know, want to stand up, dance, bring their own drinks. You know, bring your own food. It's pretty flexible. We actually during the pandemic we did a couple shows on the beach, and then we drove a few hours, went to Half Moon Bay, like on the cliff. We set up like a DJ set there and do like live streams. It's like pre-recorded, and then we stream it on our Thursday channels. And we did like a forest episode as well. But then at that time the police they caught us. police they caught us, and then we had to like cut our set short. But you know, in US there's a lot of flexibility. Wherever you go, we can always like come up with impromptu ideas on how you wanna do like.
Would you say that in the sense that this like kind of inhibits Singaporeans' creativity because we cannot do that crazy, you know?
Of course, yeah,
in some ways, I would say. So come to the US, come find me.
I will. Yeah, definitely. No, Singapore is the country itself is an inhibition to creativity. I feel like honestly,
Okay, then in what sense makes Singapore so successful still? I mean, at the end of the day, if you look at it, we are the highest GDP country in the world.
I mean, because if you have 4 million robots doing all the work, of course.
Actually, the AI has really taken over.
Yeah, the AI is taking over. It's just that all of us, the AIs are Singaporeans, guys. Yeah, all of us.
Train them to speak English. You know.
Yeah, we speak English so that it feels more real.
Then all of us are like the renegade, like androids, bro. I mean, they don't give a
We were ChatGPT before
Yeah.
ChatGPT was a thing.
Yeah, but really, like we say, right, Singapore has the highest GDP, right? But it's just because everyone is just doing. Okay, not say everyone. Okay, later everyone come and attack me, but like most people are just doing the normal like full time, 85 or whatever that kind of job. It's not a lot of people who does like what we do.
I feel like then what you said is just like being like glorified into the Singaporean dream.
Yeah.
But actually, that's just being a robot.
Yeah, like what you said, right? It's actually damn spot on. So like the American dream, like everyone say like go to America and then find something, do something, but it can be anything. When the Singaporean dream is I want to come to Singapore and buy a house, and just do that.
I want to be an officer in NS.
Yeah, I want to be an officer in NS. I just want to have I want two kids.
And be a millionaire by 30.
And recently, there's this TikTok right by this store owner called Heartbreak Melts. I don't know if you know.
Heartbreak Melts.
It's a cafe. I think it's like an ice cream cafe lah. And then he on TikTok right, he likes to give very savvy business advice to people lah. So he break it down right, the cost and what you need to do from literally A to Z on how to open a cafe lah. And then it's so like. It's very accurate, like the chances of you surviving is literally 5 to 10%. And then he said that right, out of 10 cafe, 7 will not make it, 1 right will not be active, 1 will be struggling, and then 1 will be super successful. And then opening your own business, doing your own thing, right, you will risk your health because you are just working OT. When you start your own thing, you're working 24 hours instead of like 9 to 5, right? And then you also, all your savings will be gone. And then the chances of failing is so high. The only ones that are successful are like the unicorn examples, which is super rare. So go and get a 9 to 5 job, because you get a 9 to 5 job, you won't be rich, but at least you won't be poor. Wow, then that last statement really hit home hard lah. And I think like Singaporeans are more risk adverse in a sense. Yeah, they more like care about what other people think about them also, because we are Asians, alright. Like, hey, shit man, if I pursue music or what, and I pour, then all my friends look down on me, like I'm struggling, desperate,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the ego part that plays in as well. I feel like for me personally, like somebody might hate this, but I do have a 9 to 5 job. And in order to run a successful company, you need capital.
Yeah.
right? You need a product market fit in the things that people actually love your music, right? So if people love your music, okay, there's a fit there. You have no money to run events and book artists for your own shows, like especially if you do not want to do like a promoter and club owner relationship. You want to book your venue. You want to book your own artists, have control of the ticket sales and like the guest list. There's a lot of capital that need to be injected. So like all co-founders at They're Not Sorry all have 9-to-5 jobs, and then after 5 p.m. we just hop on a Zoom call and like we start working on like our passion projects. So it's a hustle. It's not easy. Definitely wouldn't recommend everyone to do it. Because we drink Red Bull all the time. It's not healthy. But you need to learn how to relax from time to time too, right? So time management is very important. And you need money too, right, to sustain your passion projects. So
yeah, it's actually way harder than what people think it is. Like for example, right, I work 11-hour shift, and then I go back home. I start calling the guys, planning stuff, recording videos, and a lot of people, right, they say that, hey, wow, I wish like I'm doing interesting stuff like you. Then I said, yeah, no problem. Then I literally give them the A to Z of what I do, right? You literally can do exactly what I do. I can tell you exactly what I do, right? But they just don't have the will to do it. Like, I still need to set up YouTube, set up all these cameras and lightings and whatnot, Yeah, so it really is, firstly, if we are not born rich, we have to do a 9-to-5, and then we have to like still work on our thing after the 9-to-5. So really is like consistency, who can stick it out to the end.
I mean, passion is one thing, right? But I feel like consistency, discipline, and your effort, like that's the most important thing. You can screw up like 10 times, but if one of them succeed, then so that's a success to me.
You just need one don't worry child, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Worry child.
Then you really not worrying anymore. That's what everyone like. When I tell them also what I'm doing, also right, they all also like. Why you put so much effort? That kind of thing. Then I'm like telling them like,
it's the seeds that you plant.
Yeah, really it's like that. Because when to other people, right, they see the surface, they think like, oh, so fun, DJing, look, it's so cool. But they never see the behind the scenes. And then me and then like they don't see like working, dying, don't sleep. Like for 1 week we can like sleep probably at 4 hours. Come to work, and everyone with me like, Josh, why you dying? Like, because I was filming yesterday. Yeah. So it's like people just, I don't know. I think people like when they hear the story of like the whole backstory of how we do things, right? A lot of them will turn off. It's like, I'm doing so much for, I'm not earning money. The key thing is again back to everything, right? Is earning money. It's like, why you putting so much effort if like you're not gonna earn that much? And like like to them the working hours and the money just doesn't tally. But I think for us it's just, I don't think the experience we get, right, from playing all these shows and doing all the stuff, I don't think money can pay for that. Yeah. So I think people like see it, they think, oh, you're so stupid, why you do this? But they won't get the feeling that we get. They won't understand that.
On a higher level, we have a group of friends known as BRB. They are like a band, right?
BRB,
all their tracks have 10 million views. But guess what? Singapore don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Singapore, nobody know. BRB, I would say like the masses don't know lah. And they are huge in like Korea, in Vietnam, all this. And then my perspective is like when they finally reach 100 million views every single song, then Singaporeans will be like, hey, why they suddenly successful? No, they have not been suddenly successful. They have been successful for so long already, and before they were successful, they have been grinding for years, multiple failed projects, blah blah blah, to finally reach the point that they are at, right? And then that's where revelry is at. We are just like busting our ass off. 40-hour days. You go and calculate 40 hours is how many days, please? Like seriously. We never sleep for like so many hours until we even lost track. Like, hey, today what day? What? Saturday? Tuesday? The fuck?
Yeah. What was the record time? 40 hours. 40 hours without sleep, bro.
Yeah, 40 hours without sleep. For me, like 21.
40. That was 40.
It's like few cam right here.
Madness. Walk into work, everyone like, are you okay? I'm like, no. Leave me alone. I need coffee. Drink like 4 cups of coffee. Dude, fucked up, sir.
Now you guys hit your 1 year mark.
Yeah.
Mark.
1 year revelry.
And it's 30 Not Sorry 3 years anniversary next week. So
nice.
Synchronize. February is a thing.
February for you guys as well.
Yeah, February.
We should do something. Revelry.
Yes.
Very soon, very soon.
Dirty Not Sorry Revelry, let's go, man. Essentially, Dirty Not Sorry is also a collective, a label, or events, all in one, right? Similar to Revelry, and we have very close ties. We do a lot of content with them previously until we like overload ourselves. Even until my computer spoiled, everything. Yeah, it was a very unfortunate event. I just don't even want to think about it.
Actually, we should talk about that thing. We should talk about. We should talk about like people coming to the console.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Like I wanted to.
What you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
As a party goer, what you shouldn't do to the DJs.
Yeah, wait, I'll start first. Okay, so first of all, right, ladies and gentlemen, you listen to this. Correct? Number one, I do not accept song requests. Do you accept song requests?
Sometimes.
You're ruining the.
Hey,
Politely, if you tip. Do you tip?
No.
No? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, right, there's two answers. When I was a resident DJ, yes. But now, right, I'm a performing artist, right. I think it's like an etiquette for that audience, right, to see what I have to offer. You don't go to a omakase restaurant and say, ask the guy, hey, you go sell ramen.
Yeah, like go to chicken restaurant, order pork, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So to add on to that point, ladies and gentlemen, okay, you don't go to a chicken rice shop and order meat pork. What I mean is that, let's say like you playing like techno, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got before a lot of times, I play techno, right? And everyone moving, right? Then one fucking idiot will come like, sorry, can you play like reggaeton? I'm not vibing. Then I'm like, then I look at her like, then that's your fucking problem. Then you can go to a place that plays reggaeton.
Wrong club.
Yeah, like I don't understand why. Okay, this is a damn annoying thing. So I don't understand why people, right, like they know they are coming for this kind of event, then they feel right like they have some fucking inner power, like some king attitude.
You can
right?
swipe Spotify.
Yeah, and then like, I want you to play this. I'm like, who the fuck are you to want me to play anything? Like, take your ass and go home. So I got this story. So there was once, right, this person came up to me. I think it was at Zoo. Right? And this person came up to me with Spotify. Then after that, she said like, can you play this song? Then after that, I took a phone. Then I wrote the notes. I was like, if you like this song so much, you can listen to it on the way home. Actually,
You know what you should do? You should just take his or her phone and then go to settings and change the.
no, that's what who did, right? Somebody
Right, like change the language to like some like random language.
Yeah, so like it was in America, so some guy like got it, then he just changed to Chinese, then he back.
Yes, that's what we do to your phone.
It's so annoying, like look, like I know like resident DJs right now, there's certain things that maybe can play. You know, so request there are some like let's say I'm playing like play EDM and then some guy wants to hear a dope EDM song. Then okay, I don't mind. Because it flows what. Can you imagine play techno and one person asks for Despacito? Like dude, like where are you? Like are you in the right place?
Yeah, and I think 90% of clubbers come clubbing because their friends are here. They don't come support the music. So that's why there's like such a huge disconnect and the expectations of the DJ. So I guess maybe a good rule of thumb is if you're not that famous, then you will expect to get more requests.
So,
if you're more famous than less, even Diplo also cannot request.
Yeah, people also cannot,
Diplo also cannot request.
And like I just don't understand how people can do that, you know. And then you see the video, there's this Instagram reel going there, like this DJ, like he posted, then he said like 6 things you shouldn't do. Then he put the audio like people like, so there was this other thing also, right, that people like do is like they like to boo the DJ, you know, from afar. That's so annoying also. It's like okay, if he really like cannot mix properly, like he transit like everything like that kind of thing, then okay, not saying that it's nice to do, but okay, it's more warranted. Yeah. If you like not playing what you like, then go another place. Like, you know what? Why do people want to change the place when they can bring themselves to another one that they like? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand what. Okay.
Yeah. If you're having a bad day, keep it to yourself.
Correct.
Oh.
Yes. Quote of the day.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the music that we play top notch.
Correct.
But if you're having a bad day, I'm gonna let it slide. But go home.
Yes. Go home. Yeah. Nothing better to say, don't say. Correct. Yeah. So that's another thing. And also like, you know, another pet peeve I think all of us have is like when you DJ, then people like to come over and bang into you, touch your console, think of chicken. Wow, that happened to you. You know, like Leonard's laptop the day before. Dude, so unfortunate, yeah. Actually, what happened? Like,
yeah, basically, I want to drink whiskey, but end up they offer my laptop.
Man.
And then, dude, everything I had to like spend $1,000 to retrieve the data because like me and my stupid ass forget to back up my laptop for like 6 months. So I lost like 6 months of stuff. So I need to back up $1,000+, buy a new computer, $4,000+, because I need to, since I want to buy a new computer, might as well spec it up, right? So because I'm not doing DJing anymore, just DJing. I'm producing, I'm doing video editing, exporting, coloring, everything. So all this needs so much processing power, and of course my old computer not really making it any. So it's like, I would say blessing in disguise. That's how I would like to view it. But end up set me back quite far back, like fucking $6,000 maybe.
Yeah, the guy
It was horrible, man.
Yeah. To the guy who spilled the water on his laptop, you deserve.
Hey, dude, I
A
hope
lot.
you trip over a banana peel or something. Man.
Yeah, you deserve to get scalded by hot water. That's what.
ALS
By soup.
water challenge.
Alright? ALS hot water challenge.
Please don't do that.
It's not advice.
Hey, don't try this at home.
Don't try it. You should not try this anywhere, not even at home.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Just, I don't know why there's so many of these people around, like this. It's so annoying.
Yeah,
I don't understand the pain.
on a positive note, I would like to shout out to our fans. They have like supported us for like so many years. From the small venues that we play to the big venues, and now back to the small venues that we play. It's a roller coaster ride.
It's a roller coaster
It's really a roller coaster ride. You don't know what's gonna happen next,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, despite all the terrible things, but it's all the fans,
Hmm.
the people that supported you since day one that matters. So if any of my US friends are listening to this, appreciate all of you. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So.
Yeah. Love you guys.
I love you, Mom.
Mom! That's what that say. My mom say, don't go DJ lah. I just finished Chinese New Year. You're making money there. No, I was like, no, I'm not making money. Then why you do that? Stop it.
Yeah, my dad also tells me that. He used to tell me that. Now he doesn't really. Now he's very supportive.
Asian people things, man. If
Yeah.
it's not making money, don't do it.
Yeah.
Right? Then the thing is, that's how you don't become rich, because in order to be rich, you need to do a lot of pointless things that people see is pointless. But
Correct.
when it happens, they realize it's too late already.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes like being rich is not all about the money. It's like, you can be like
Connection rich.
not as rich
Mm.
money wise, but you'll be rich in life.
Like what money,
You're rich
what money.
in experiences.
But Bob Marley was just flying. his brain was, he is rich everywhere. Yeah. Like, he's just like, yeah, I'm rich, bitch. That's it, bro. That's Bob Marley, man. Yeah. So, but what you say is true, like, you can really be rich in other aspects of your life, I guess. I think too much money also, like, you see, like, dude, like, we've seen so many rich people, like, not happy.
Yeah, example, like some of our engineer friends, like my friends. I graduated from NTU engineering, and end up everybody do engineering for 3 to 5 years, and then they all quit, and then they start doing their own business and whatnot. At the end of the day, they work something they don't like, just to earn money, then eventually they start their own business. So then for us, it's just we cut the process short.
Yeah, exactly.
We start our own stuff, and then support it with a flexible 9 to 5, and then we're good to go.
I think with our suffering, right, we eliminate the midlife crisis thing.
Oh yeah,
We
we're really
so-
happening already.
Yeah,
What should I do? What should I do?
Yeah.
40s, my 30s.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it won't happen because we already know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. I think it's quite important. A lot of people are not blessed to know what they like to do. So they just earn money first, which is not a bad thing. And then you
Yeah,
have
you
capital, then you finally figure out what you want to do, right? Then you just dump the money there.
Yeah.
And then you are set really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since I work in tech, so if you're someone who doesn't know what you love to do, just work at a startup because you get a hands-on in everything, like in sales and marketing. Just figuring out what you love to do, and then down the line you can just focus on this one niche of specific skill sets. So
And then also the company is smaller, and then you're like closer to the boss, right?
Yeah.
And then you have like more personal mentoring and whatnot. It's more beneficial.
mentorship, that's very important between your 20 to 30s. Find a good mentor that you can follow and just learn from him or her. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay. Anything to sum up this episode? I think it's like pretty interesting.
Oh, when the new song will come out?
Yeah, new song.
Hey, Mern dropping me exclusives that you're gonna release next month, right? And where's your exclusive, man? When you gonna drop it? Yeah.
I'll send it to you guys on Telegram.
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
But I have a song coming out next month.
Next month, alright?
Next month coming out. Please join Revelry on their Telegram group chat. That's where you get all your latest news, music from like Foxela, amazing house artists right here.
That's true.
My man.
Man.
Okay, that helped. See See you guys.
Follow us at Project Revelry and Dirty Not Sorry. One day we're gonna do a show together and a great time. We love house music. Follow us.
SIN and SFO collab.
Stay tuned.
Woo!